I'm joined today by Robert Milligan, CFO of Healthcare Trust of America. Welcome, Robert.
Hi, thank you.
So 2016 was a particularly active year for the company in terms of acquisitions. As you look for other opportunities, what parameters are you setting?
You know, from HTA's perspective, we look at a couple things as we look for investment opportunities. You know, we're a medical office building specialist, so obviously that's what we focus on. As a company, I think there's a couple of parameters that we have. You know, certainly we are focused in really 20 to 25 gateway markets that we think are going to really experience tremendous growth over the next 10, 20 years from a population perspective, an economic perspective, also from a healthcare perspective. So we largely have platforms in place in those markets. So we're really focused on growing there. The second thing that we look at a host of acquisition opportunities. We really invest in a couple property types within medical office, traditionally on campus or across the street assets. We like those. They really benefit from the hospital synergies. The second thing is on an academic university campus. You know, medical schools, partnering with hospitals. They do a lot of research, clinical work there. Again, drives a lot of key synergies with our buildings. The third thing that we look at is really community core outpatient locations. You know, within healthcare, a tremendous amount of care is being delivered off-campus locations, areas that are more convenient for patients and doctors. So we're focused within that. And there's a lot of opportunities out there. And I think the interesting thing now, especially with the election behind us, is seeing where the cost of capital is. And so from a REIT perspective, we're always focused on, are we able to buy things accretively? And when things meet these criteria, especially in these markets where we've got our asset management platform, we're really able to drive additional earnings potential out of those. So from a parameter perspective, it has been an active year, about $700 million in acquisitions for us. But we're seeing opportunities, especially ones that we think will meet our criteria going forward.
And what particular benefits do you see from investing with healthcare systems?
Yeah, you know, for us, we probably focus primarily on the markets that we're in. I think there's a lot of great health systems that are out there, and I think what you get from investing in medical office, you've got tremendous tailwinds that are really coming through this sector. You've got the aging population that's just really starting to begin. Again, you've got those trends moving things into lower cost outpatient settings. And for us, we like to invest both with health systems as tenants, but as well as independent physician groups. So our property types we like are really multi-tenanted, where you get in great locations, where you get a number of health systems really competing to take space to be in that prime location. And so we think we're a great landlord because we can bring capital, we operate buildings efficiently. And if you're in the right spots, those tenants are going to stay with you for a very long time.
And do you have any concerns about increased foreign interest in U.S. healthcare assets in terms of pricing?
Well, I think the great thing about the MOB space is that it still is relatively underinvested from an institutional perspective. And so there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of people. I do think it is a sector that is gaining increased interest. At the same time, you're also seeing health systems and a lot of owners of medical office go through the transition of saying, I don't need to own those assets anymore. Perhaps it's better to have those assets owned institutionally. You know, we're obviously one of the primary buyers of that. And so seeing more liquidity in the sector is actually a good thing for us. More liquidity actually brings more transactions to the market. So we think there's still a lot of opportunities for all of us to go around.
Okay, great. Thanks very much, Robert.
Great, thank you.
And for more news and information on REITWorld 2016, be sure to visit REIT.com.